Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Scorpio placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Scorpio, I'm getting this energy that there's something about the Mars transit right now that may be significant to you. Of course, Mars is one of the planets that rules over Scorpio along with Pluto. And Mars is currently in retrograde in the sign of Leo. But at the beginning of January, it will be moving back into Cancer. So that feels like a significant transit for you because right now it's in fire and it's a fixed sign, which may be a bit challenging to you, but it will be moving into Cancer, which is a water sign like you are. And so there may be a bit more, I don't know, I feel like the Mars retrograde in Cancer may be aligning something for you in some way. What was that at the bottom of the deck? Iron, which is a Mars energy. Interesting. Okay. Okay. There's something about Mars energy that's coming through very strongly. So with Mercury retrograde, which we're out of now, but when I experience things in Mercury retrograde, usually that comes through with like things from the past coming back around, like old situations, old contracts, old relationships, old whatever. Things from the past that maybe you haven't been engaged with come back around in order for you to get a new perspective or to gain closure about something. I feel like there is something like that happening with a Mars retrograde, but it feels kind of like things from the past that are coming back around, but maybe there's a bit of like a sexual energy coming through there, Scorpio, for you, where maybe there was like past, I don't know, relationships that were sexual or that kind of vibe coming back around in some way. Maybe there was like sexual attraction, or maybe there was like something to do with like passion or lust even, or like it could also veer into anger or conflict as well, because those are both Mars energies as well. So keep that in mind. There's something sort of like Mars energy coming back around is how it's coming through. So just being conscious of that. And I feel like maybe by the Mars in Cancer, there may be something about that energy. So maybe you're dealing with a Cancer in some way. Maybe you have Cancer somewhere else in your chart, or maybe the Cancerian energy could be anything that's related to the fourth house, which represents home. It could be something like that. So just keep that in mind, Scorpio. That's the energy coming through for you. Okay. Rotation. Yeah. Rotation. Okay. This talks about cycles and repetition. It is kind of a Wheel of Fortune moment, but this rotation card comes in with this energy of like, you make progress when you repeat things, right? So there could be something like that. There's a Pisces reading that I'm going to link above that had this card in it. And so there may be a message in there for you about, I don't know, something like that. Of course, like this happens the most in water signs, I think, where it's like a lot of like watery energy sort of overlap. So there's a lot of Pisces and Cancer energy in your reading today, Scorpio. So the last two readings that I did might have messages in there for you as well. Okay. I'm not gonna read this entirely. Yeah, okay. We are tossed back into the spin just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices, okay? This operation connects us to the element of time. The alchemist learns how to use time like any other element, not to waste it, but to expand it and appreciate its gifts. Okay, if you've been repeating actions and getting the same results, this card is an opportunity to see the pattern and make a new choice, spin the wheel in a new direction. Interesting. So maybe there is an opportunity to like switch up something or change something if you've been getting the same results. I feel like for you, Scorpio, I feel like there's a change that's needed, because there may be sort of like a frustrating experience that keeps repeating. I don't know, that maybe you don't want it to keep repeating this way, right? If you're getting the same results, maybe it's time to try something new. Or to like switch something up. I'm going to get more cards for this. I feel like there's this energy of progress, but I don't know if it's like the kind of progress that you want. It's like I don't know. There's something about this energy that feels a bit frustrating. Okay, the Earth's Heart. The Earth's Heart. This is a very Taurus Scorpio card. It's going like really deep into something, uncovering like true desires and things like that. So it is a card to me that represents Scorpio and Taurus, which are of course are opposites. Depth, pulse, and buried treasure. It is related to the archetypal image of the cave and the fourth chakra located at the heart. This card appears when there is something blossoming deep within that requires our attention and our tending to it. It could be a new love, a way of serving others, or an offering to the planet and its resources. In alchemical texts, this roughly translates to Earth is the true heart. The journey of discovery will take you through many layers, slowly revealing her gifts. This is proof of Earth's longing to provide, to teach. You've already felt the pulse of Earth's heart. Now is the time to listen, to be a student of her wisdom. Okay. There may be something from the past. Okay, so this may be an experience where the past is coming back around in order for you to like uncover the truth about something, or to like go deep within and find like the core of perhaps an issue, it might be, or just like a pattern that maybe you haven't been quite seeing the truth of it yet. Like maybe there's something about like a pattern that you haven't quite seen the truth of yet, Scorpio. And it's like trying to reveal that to you through like this uncovering, because I'm kind of seeing like layers being pulled back, pulling back the layers in order to get to the true core of something. But it feels, like a really positive discovery, because it's coming through with this sort of blossoming energy where something is growing. Some sort of new energy is growing that you're being asked to tend to, right? It's something that you want to nurture. And it's like, but maybe you haven't been quite seeing. What's coming through is motivation, is how it's feeling. Like, maybe there's something sort of new. It's interesting. It may be something like a missed opportunity. Like maybe something from the past where it didn't go anywhere, or like it could be something like that. Maybe it was like a relationship or something from the past, or someone from the past who like there was never a relationship, when maybe that was something that you wanted or whatever, something like that. It could be that like there's something of a missed opportunity that's coming back around in some way. But you have to uncover sort of the layers of something, is how it's coming through. I'm seeing like a chain around, I'm seeing a chain around this. I don't know what that is though. Because it is kind of coming through with like a pattern, Scorpio. Like it could be devil energy in some way. It's coming through with like a pattern of whatever it is. It could be with the devil energy, it could be codependency, it could be addiction. Maybe there's a pattern like that that's affecting you from really pulling back the layers, right? It's like something about this new beginning is chained up in some way, is how it's coming through. So I'm just gonna leave that there. I don't know if this is, maybe it's something with you, maybe it's something with another person, I don't know. Winter. Okay, and then you have, ash, darkening, and synchronicity at the bottom of the deck. The ash card is an energy of the past, right? Like past memories. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of past energy coming through for you, Scorpio. I was also kind of getting this energy of like, let's say there is somebody from the past that is coming back around. Maybe you haven't seen this person in a while. Could be years for you, Scorpio. Could have been like years you have not seen this person. And you or them or both could be sort of like, there could be sort of like concern about whether or not this person, okay, I feel like this is actually the other person. The other person may have concerns about, or maybe not concern, maybe concern is a bit too strong of a word, but maybe they are curious about you in some way, Scorpio, where it's like maybe when they knew you, you were, I don't know, dealing with a problem or something like that. Maybe when the last time you saw this person, you were dealing with a problem, or you were not in your best state, or like there was some sort of issue, or there's some sort of problem, and that was the last time they saw you. So in their mind, perhaps maybe there's something about like, I don't know, are you still in that situation? Like it's kind of coming through like that. Are you still struggling with this? Is this still an issue? I feel like the answer for you, Scorpio, is no. Like maybe you've changed, especially with the rotation card. If this is somebody from the past, it's kind of like they still see you as a past version of yourself, is how it's coming through. When maybe for you, you have changed, is how it's coming through. Or like something about your situation has changed with the rotation card. So it's kind of like there's something like that where, I don't know, maybe this could be something of a conflict, right? Maybe there was a conflict from the past that you are resolving, maybe, because it's no longer a problem or something like that. Okay, so you have the winter card, says solace, the pause, and the hermit. This is the beginning, and we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot under the surface, In the glimmering snow and sparkling ice, we see winter's water and crystalline form, each droplet a prism into the mystic realms. Don't get caught up in the gloom or isolation of this season. Rather, spin towards the sacred light. Spring will come in time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is said winter is the pause between exhale and inhale, the time when all has released, yet new breath has not been drawn. Notice the quality of this sacred pause. Okay, interesting. Okay, Scorpio, it feels like you're, okay, I'm getting so many fairy cards with this. I'm going to use the fairy deck. I pulled it out already. But these two cards are coming in with this energy of the Dark Lady from the fairy deck, which is, to me, a very Scorpionic energy of this sort of death and rebirth. But it feels like, Scorpio, you're in this place where it's like in the middle of, in between the exhale and the new inhale, where it's like maybe you've released something, whatever it is, you've let something go, there's been an ending somewhere, and it's like you're in this sort of pause between the exhale and the new inhale. I feel like the new inhale is about to come through for you, but there's something about like just being conscious of like a pattern repeating is how it's coming through with the rotation. That's not necessarily a bad thing, Scorpio. I'm going to phrase it like that. But there is something of like having to uncover something. There's this, another Pisces reading, very strong Pisces energy coming through for your reading today, Scorpio, and Neptune, that had this card in it, a Pisces reading that had this card in it. So I'll link that reading above as well, because there may be a message in there for you. Maybe you need to take some time to sort of like go inward and uncover the truth about some sort of motivation that you may have about something. I don't know what it is for you. And I feel like maybe it's going to break a cycle that, hasn't been serving you, right? Like it's kind of like, when you uncover the layers, it removes the chain, so to speak, or the, I don't know, maybe someone's dealing with an addiction or something like that. I don't know. If it's not addiction, it might not be at that level yet. I don't know. But it could be helpful just to like ask, like, what is the motivation for this? Like, why am I doing this? Interesting. Turtle and buffalo. Okay, turtle is a card about stories and narratives. It is coming through with this sort of hermit energy for you, Scorpio. So maybe you are hermiting a little, or there's this sort of like inward journeying, paying attention to narratives as well. This buffalo card to me is a very high priestess-like energy. It is really coming through with the Taurus and Scorpio energy, which are opposites. You have the whale at the bottom of the deck, which is another Scorpio card for me. The buffalo. I don't think that's you. Maybe, I don't know. Hold on. Ancient soul. Okay, sorry, this is for turtle. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. Yeah, interesting. Peaceful, adventurous, productive, when out of balance, slows down to a halt to bring into balance an adventure. Okay, there's something about closing out the books, right? There's something about, like, I feel like you're closing a major cycle, but it's all of this energy here that's very connected to earth and water, which are opposites today. So there may be something important about Taurus energy. Maybe the last Taurus reading that I did might be helpful for you. You may be connecting with Taurus energy. But it's coming through like this here with the Earth's heart. With the turtle. Like there may be some sort of like something that you're having to uncover through this hermit-like energy. That maybe has something to do with like stories or closing out a story or closing out the stories of other people, Scorpio. So there may be something about like maybe others. Okay. So there's something about like motivations coming through, like the motivations of other people may be affecting you in some way. Or maybe like, for example, with codependency, for example, right? There's something about codependency here where it's like, if two people are codependent, it's like there's, you only do that thing because the other person, I don't know, needs it or something like that. Like there may be something, I don't know if I'm describing that properly, but it's like maybe you're doing something that doesn't make you happy, but it makes the other person happy or something like that. And it's like, is that something that you can close out? I feel like actually because of this winter card, you have done that, or you're in the process of letting that sort of behavior go of like not doing things that are, codependently attached to somebody else's motivations maybe, or somebody else's happiness. I feel like that's excuse me, my throat chakra is doing some weird things right now. Yeah, I feel like you're letting that go, but there's something about the new which I feel like hasn't come in yet. See the buffalo. I haven't seen that card in a while. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. Yeah, but there's a lot of grounded energy coming through. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. Yeah. When in balance, trusting pure presence. When out of balance, restless or lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer. It's a high priestess energy for me, this buffalo. But it's kind of like when shit hits the fan, Scorpios, how it's coming through, you know what to do. That's how it's feeling. I'm going to pull one more animal card because I feel like there's something. This came in through Cancer's reading as well, like something unexpected coming in that is actually an opportunity. So sometimes the buffalo can be something of, okay, interesting, tarantula. A tarantula, which talks about a crossroads. Choosing life's true purpose is what comes through with that. And you have hummingbird at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Maybe the unexpected event or whatever it is, there's something coming in that maybe feels like a challenge, but that it's actually breaking some sort of chain. breaking a pattern or breaking some sort of pattern is how it's coming through, Scorpio. So there may be like a challenge or something like that that's breaking a chain, and it's kind of getting like, I feel like there's something here because this turtle and the tarantula are kind of looking like, the turtle of course is this energy of like there's a protection, right? A shell of protection, whereas this tarantula I sometimes see as being like a spider that has lost their web, right? They've like they're not in their web. So it could be something where it's like maybe some aspect of security is changing, especially with all this earth energy coming through. Maybe there's something of like a 10 of Pentacles energy that's changing, and it's sort of putting you on alert. It feels kind of like a challenge in some way, Scorpio, where it's getting you to like change or like choose something else, right? Because I feel like there's something about this rotation energy where, because this rotation energy feels a bit frustrating. That's how it's coming through, where there's been a cycle that's been repeating and maybe you haven't been able to find a way out of that. This is your opportunity. This is your answer, where maybe you're being encouraged to like choose a different path or to choose life's purpose, Scorpio, with this tarantula card. But that in choosing that life's purpose energy, it's challenging for whatever reason, because I feel like there's almost like a vulnerability associated with that, or like a feeling like maybe there's like a lack of security or something like that. Like, because I get sort of like a spotlight energy with this, like being put on the spot. But it's about choosing life's purpose, even if it's challenging. Yeah. He of the fiery sword, yeah. Okay, and the Piper at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. This card is about I'm gonna read it, but it's about like taking action on something. It's a very masculine energy. The active principle, spiritual will, justice, and protection. Yeah, it's when you can call upon the master of the fiery sword when we have difficult things to do, when we need to take action that is going to require much of us, both in will and in compassion. He will do what needs to be done with love. The presence of the fiery sword's master in a reading can indicate that there is a need for clear and focused will and a determination to carry through on decisions, even if much effort is required. Or he can tell us that such will and strength is present in regard to the issue under consideration. We need to consider how he is expressing his will and strength, and how that expression may be enhanced or improved. It is this singer's energy that enables us to burst the bonds of an outgrown way of being and move on to the next level. He indicates that this is a time to take action based on clear spiritual will. His presence indicates great strength and great potential for good. It also reminds us that if we call upon him, we will receive assistance. The presence of this card in a reading radiates strength and power, and strength and willpower to the cards around it. Okay, Scorpio, this is a really powerful reading for you, because I feel like there's something. It feels kind of like it's upcoming. This does kind of feel like a heads up for you, Scorpio, where there may be some sort of opportunity in the future where it's going to be an opportunity for you to do something difficult that's going to require a lot of strength and willpower on your part. But it's like, it needs to get done. It needs to be done. It's a difficult action that is done with compassion and love. So that's how it's feeling to me. Some sort of opportunity or action to do something like that, which is kind of like it's facing the problem head on, right? It feels like there's some sort of challenge. I don't know in what way, but it feels like it's going to challenge you to break a certain pattern is how it's coming through, Scorpio. Like break a pattern that you've been in, some sort of way of being that hasn't been serving you, which was in the description. This is going to be an opportunity to change that, or to break through the chain in whatever way. And I feel like this energy is coming through to be like, you can do this difficult thing that needs to get done. You have the support. It adds strength and willpower to all the cards that are around it. And I feel like there's this very significant choice that you're being asked to make. That is going to break a pattern. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fire, Wildfire, Moon. Did this card come out in the Pisces reading as well? I think it did. Where it talks about feeling triggered by something, which is interesting. Like when you're triggered, you're not thinking clearly. That's what this card is talking about. And it talks about like our past experiences may be shaping how we see the present, and that's incorrect, is how it's coming through. So again, with this energy of the past coming back around, I keep getting this energy of like standing up to someone, Scorpio, or if it's not... Okay, so it could be something like standing up to someone, where it's like if there was a person in the past who made you feel small, that's how it's coming through. Who maybe made you feel small, or made you feel like you had to like, or I don't know, whatever it is, made you feel small, made you feel like you're not good enough, like that kind of energy. It's like, I feel like that energy is coming back around in some way. In order for you to stand up to them, or stand up to that energy, or to like, because it's kind of something where it's like, it's especially that example in the beginning of this reading where it's like somebody from the past who maybe there was conflict, or maybe there was like a certain way that like when you met them, maybe you were in like a bad place, right? Or you were not doing well, or something like that. Like somebody from your past who when you knew them, you were maybe at a low point or something like that. And it's like you have changed from that point in your life, but this person may still see you like that. That's how it's coming through. So it's kind of coming through as being like, maybe there's a trigger, maybe there's something where it's like they may see you in a negative light, that kind of thing. And it's like, I feel like there's something really like important here about like breaking that pattern, Scorpio, about how, I don't know, maybe not about how they see you, but how you feel about this dynamic, how you feel, because you can only really change how you feel about a certain situation. And I feel like there's something about the past that you're letting go, because this card does talk about like releasing past triggers that are no longer serving you, like that kind of thing. You may want to watch the Pisces reading from this week. Okay. Fire, Volcano, Sun. But it came out in reverse. This card talks about like, oh, okay. Because it's almost like this. Uncovering the Earth's heart. Uncovering the Earth's heart releases you from something, or releases your desires. Because this card talks about like, just because other people are playing small, Scorpio, doesn't mean you have to. You're meant to sort of embrace some sort of desire. I feel like there's something like really powerful that's like growing within you about like what it is that you truly desire. But you have to uncover the, I almost said like cobwebs. Like there's something not clear about a situation maybe. Maybe there's something not clear about your own motivations that is wanting to get clear. Like, what is your true motivation in this situation, this dynamic? What are you being driven by? Because this is not an energy to be driven by, right? You don't want to be driven by past trauma or past pain. So I feel like there's almost like because these are both fire cards, right? Fire is not necessarily a bad thing, because fire is something that is motivating, but fire that comes from sort of like past pain, anger, triggers, is not a good energy to be motivated by. This kind of fire is, which is one that's sort of like about like what it is that you truly desire, like not letting limitations, self-imposed limitations hold you back from things. So maybe you are part of the pattern, might be breaking through past self-limitations about like, I don't know, feeling not good enough about something, or feeling like you don't have enough, or and it's okay if you don't feel that you do at the moment. I'm just going to leave it like that. Maybe you don't feel like you have enough or are enough or whatever at the moment, but just understanding where that feeling comes from. Like, why do you feel like you don't have enough? Or why do you feel like you're not enough or you're not good enough? That's what you need to uncover. That's the chain. That's sort of like that devil energy. Like, why do you feel like you're not good enough? Okay. Sorry, Scorpio, getting worked up here. Okay, this card, Land, Tree, and Star, that talks about like reaching out and forming connections that you can't like be alone all the time, Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, it's rare to find a single tree standing all alone in nature. Excuse me. Trees are communal. They live together in a vast social network through which they relate and communicate. The moment has come for you to spread your own branches and to connect with others who share similar dreams and visions. Now is a time to network and to link up with other leaders who are inspired to make the world giant. Open yourself to receive the wisdom of others and to allow their perspectives to help you grow and expand. At the same time, be generous with your own knowledge and with all that life has taught you thus far. Your wisdom and your experience are meant to help others on their own path. Okay, there may be something here, Scorpio, because I'm getting this sort of like turtle energy, right? This card comes in with this energy of being an island or isolated or protected in some way, or it comes through a bit with like a hermit energy. So maybe you have been like protecting yourself in some way or isolating. It's not necessarily a bad thing because you have the Winter card out here. It's the moment in between an exhale and the new inhale. But I feel like this new inhale, this new beginning, requires you to come out of your shell, Scorpio, and perhaps be put on the spot in some way. It feels kind of like a challenge, but it is doing that with this sort of confidence and strength and willpower because you are choosing life's purpose. And that has to do with like communicating with others, being with others, right? Because I feel like maybe you've been isolating a bit too much in some way. Or if it's not isolating, it's like choosing people and patterns that haven't been serving your highest good, right? Like, it's like maybe choosing what's comfortable, or choosing like relationships or dynamics that maybe are codependent rather than like truly interdependent, because that's how it's coming through with this card, is like interdependency is uplifting and empowering. And I feel like maybe there's been a situation that you've been in where it hasn't been that. It's been this sort of energy. Like maybe people with tempers, or people who get triggered easily, or that they trigger you or cause you to get angry, like that kind of thing. I feel like that's not serving you. It's time to let that go. And perhaps you have done that, or you're in the process of that. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. And I hope you have a good holiday. Bye.